All right, it is noon, so let's get started. Guys, Justin, hey, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Guys, welcome to the Social Media for Small Business Live Mastermind. Today, presented by Expert Influencer Academy. I am your host, Charles Watson, and today, guys, we are going to be just going over a slideshow presentation to just kind of show small businesses, influencers, podcasters, coaches, side hustlers, just some ideas and some tactics and some practical information that you guys can put to use in during this time. Basically, what it takes to position, package, promote, partner, and eventually monetize on the top 5 social media platforms, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what it's all about. I mean, we all have a passion that we share, and we are all business owners and want to grow our business. But at the end of the day, it's really about trying to expand our business, gain clients, and really increase our bottom line as business owners, because that funding, that increase in your bottom line really allows you to continue to, throw your message out there, perpetrate your message, like really get that message out there and get your business growing. So for those of you just joining live, I really appreciate it. For those of you catching this on the replay, thank you so much. If you find this stuff helpful, if you find this presentation helpful, and you feel like you know a business owner or somebody that could benefit, I just ask that you share the information. So let's start with some stats here. Let's go to the next slide. So guys, this is coming straight from Hootsuite, which is a company that actually keeps a thumbprint and tabs on social media and internet and traffic around the world. So these are from January 2019 to January 2020, just before the world kind of got to a standstill. But this was stats from where we were at. So guys, I hope this really opens your eyes and allows you to realize the importance that digital plays in your strategies. Every successful business needs to have a social media strategy. Every successful business needs to have a digital strategy. And it doesn't matter if you're just starting out, or it doesn't matter if you're a multi-million-dollar company. You need to be where your potential customers are. And this is what this presentation is all about. So as of January 2019, you have 7.676 billion people in the world. So that's a world population according to Hootsuite. Out of those 7.676 billion, 5.112 billion of those people are considered unique mobile users, or just about 67% of the population. Out of those 7.6 billion people, 4.3 billion actually use the internet. So you got about 57% of the world's population on the internet. And out of those 7.6 billion people, 3.4 billion have an active social media account of some kind. 3.4 billion people, or 45% of the world's population, has an active social media account. And out of those 7.6 billion, you have 3.2 billion people that actually are mobile social media users. So 3.2 billion people access social media on their mobile devices. And this is not, if you've been following Expert Influencer Academy for any amount of time, you've been following me and my videos, you know that we are positioned, and I am a champion of trying to educate business owners and small businesses that this started around 2018, and it's over a 5-year period. So looking at 2023, all eyes are on mobile, though there is tons of mobile traffic. People are accessing the internet, accessing your business, accessing your listings on Google, and accessing your social media accounts on mobile devices like phones, iPads, tablets, their TVs, their watches. It's crazy. We live in a mobile world, so it's really important that if you want to set yourself up for success from here on out, you really need to set yourself up for mobile. Google has changed their indexing based on how fast and how good your brand and your business appears on the mobile platform. This is why I also preach that having a Google My Business listing is incredibly important these days, because Google is trying to grab its share of the mobile market and actually incorporating social media elements into the search engine. Maybe we'll touch on that in a little bit later. So guys, let's look at the annual digital growth. Okay, so this is the annual digital growth, the year-on-year change and key statistical indicators for the internet. So the total population has risen by 1.1% at the time that this study came out. So 1.1% the total population grew. Unique mobile visitors grew by 2%. Internet users grew by 9.1%. Active social media users right here grew by 9%. And mobile social media users grew by 10%. So you got an additional 100 million people, unique mobile visitors, an additional 360 million people jumped on the internet. An additional 288 million people created some type of social media account, and an additional 297 million people started accessing the internet on mobile devices. The reason I share this still, and the reason this slide is in here, is so that you can see that the amount of mobile social media users is from January 2018 to January 2019 grew 10%, while the population of the earth only grew by 1.1%. So these stats are outpacing the population. So this is not a fad. This is not a fly-by-night. This is not going to go away. This is what I call a fundamental shift in consumer behavior. And these stats prove that. Mobile is not going away. The cell phone, remember when the CD first came out, and the cassette tape versus the CD, and everybody thought that CDs weren't going to last. Everybody preferred cassette tapes, and even when cassette tapes came out, the record companies thought that tapes were never going to last because everybody prefers vinyl. But this is not going away anytime soon. As the years go on, you're going to see this number of mobile social media users increase exponentially. So this is why it is imperative that you start thinking about not only a social media strategy, not only a digital strategy, but you start really putting emphasis on a mobile strategy. How good does your copy look on a mobile device? How good do your pictures look on a mobile device? This is super important. And guys, here you just see another graph from 2014 to 2019. The growth of internet users over time. And if you notice, it slowed down a little bit, 9.1% in growth. But if you notice, what's the first thing you notice about this graph? It is in a upward direction. It has not fallen since 2014. So experts, Hootsuite, and things and people in the industry are really forecasting that this is going to be the new normal. You're going to experience this growth from here on out. This is not like the current stock market where stocks go down. This is just going to continue to grow. So this is going to continue to become important. Now, the advantage we have here is that the peak of growth is kind of projected to 5 years from now. So by 2025, they started saying that in 2019. So you're looking at 4 years. So a lot of people aren't really paying attention to this yet. So the advantage you have as a small business owner watching this presentation and putting an emphasis on mobile and shifting and getting an online strategy together is that you are going to be ahead of the curve, because 4 or 5 years from now, when people realize that they need to be there, it's going to be too late. And this really rings home, especially as the industry and as consumer behavior moves towards voice search, moves towards near me search, as Alexa, as Google Home, as these cell phones get more and more popular and more people ask them, hey, I'm looking for a DJ near me, just because Justin's in here. I'm looking for a digital marketer near me. I'm looking for a photographer near me. I'm looking for a vacuum or appliance repair store near me. Right now, there is tons of white space, which means it is wide open because there are not a lot of companies that are focusing on producing content to place them in those top positions. And guys, as the years go forward, it's just going to get harder and harder. And once you're in that number 1, 2, or 3 spot, because I know Google, they recommend 3 for voice, and then they just kind of stop after that. If you are not in those top 3 spots, your business is essentially going to be invisible to the majority of new potential clients. I want to say that again. If you are not occupying one of the top 3 spots, especially on Google in voice search, your business is going to be essentially invisible to potential clients. You're going to have to rely on a lot of word of mouth. You're going to have to pay a lot of money for advertising. That organic reach is going away. So you want to make sure that you're setting everything up now. And this whole presentation is going to be geared towards things that you can start right after this presentation to go and start working on this to make sure that you occupy one of these spaces. So here's the evolution of time per day spent using social media. It is no doubt in 2014, the average person spent about 1 hour and 37 minutes on social media per day. This is per day. Here we are in 2019. The average social media user spent 2 hours and 16 minutes per day on their phone. So the attention, guys, social is where the attention is. You can see it right here. You had 1 hour 37 and 14, 1 hour 40 and 15, an hour 52 and 16. You had 2 hours and 17, 2 hours 15 minutes and 18, 2 hours 16 minutes and 19. And I guarantee you, because of the situation that we are in now, with the world basically on lockdown, this number for this year is going to skyrocket. So you pretty much have a captive audience right now for your business. Your job as a business owner, as a small business owner, as a coach, as an influencer, should be creating content and supporting your customers, reaching out to your customers, letting them know that you are there and letting them know that your business is open and you are positioning yourself to reach out and be there for those customers when all of this blows over. So here it is. Here are the numbers. This is just black and white. So these couple slides were to show you where the attention is, the consumer behavior, the way it's shifting, and why it is so important to develop a specific and an effective social media strategy for your small business. So social media for small business, guys. So how do you leverage the power of social media? Well, over the 5 years that I've been studying this at Kaiser University, and getting into the whole online business building world. That is my passion, is helping people realize the potential that the internet holds and has, and that people can start a business and work from home. I have come up with basically a method, and that is called the KPI plus 4PM Method. Now, this method is starts you out as a key person of influence. That's what the KPI stands for. And then we use the 4Ps. The 4Ps are position, package, promote, and partner. And that leads to the M, which is monetization. So I'm going to walk you through this method. And hopefully by the end of this presentation, you will have a clear, concise, pretty much path and some ideas that you can do and start on right now. So let's look at the first one. So in order to leverage social media for your business, and in order to gain the attention of more clients and gain the attention of more customers, the very first thing you need to do is you need to position yourself in your market. And that means that you must become a key person of influence in your industry. You have to know the ins and outs of your industry, and you have to be the go-to person in your industry. And the best way to think of this, if you already have a business, like I know Justin is a podcaster. He is one of the original podcasters. He's been doing it for 10 years over. So he is an authority figure in podcasting. When people want to know how to set up a podcast, they go to Justin. I went to Justin and asked him. I actually interviewed Justin about how to start a podcast. What does it take to start a podcast? I know other people in professions. When I want to know what the best vacuum is, when I want to know what the best ways to keep my house sanitized and clean, especially in these times, I reach out to C2 Vacuum. They are experts in their industry. So you have to position yourself as a key person of influence in your industry. Well, how do you do that? How in the hell do you even start doing that? Well, the way you do that is by creating engaging relative content on your social platforms. So you talk about your topics, and you can do this by answering questions that your community can have. You can write blog posts about the industry that you're in. You can write blog posts with beginner tips of how to set up a podcast if you're just starting from scratch. You can do this by, like how I'm doing right here, teaching you guys how to leverage the power of social media for small businesses. Remember, the largest group in any industry is beginners. It's novices. It's people that are looking for information. They have questions, and they are looking for answers to those questions. And you position yourself and become a key person of influence in your industry by actually answering the questions relative to your market. And that brings us to the third tip. Get your hands dirty by building a community and engaging in conversations already taken place. Well, how do you do this? Guys, it is super easy. Social media has pretty much done the work for us, has collected all that data and information for us. All we have to do is get our hands dirty and spend some time. And this is how you do it. You search for your industry. You search hashtags on Facebook. You search hashtags on Instagram. You search hashtags on Twitter. So for Expert Influencer Academy, I will search the hashtags entrepreneur. I will search the hashtags how to start a business. I will search the hashtags online business tips across all these social media platforms, and I just scroll and look at the information and look at what people are posting about that hashtag. And anytime I come across someone that is asking a question like, hey, I want to start a business, but how do I begin? Question, I get in there and I answer that question, and I provide engaging and relative and meaningful advice and meaningful answers to actually, truly, and genuinely help that person. I don't try to sell them a service. I don't try to sell them my products. I don't turn into a used car salesman. Your goal here is to genuinely show your expertise and your knowledge in your topic by answering questions that people have. I hope this makes sense. If this makes sense, just drop a yes in the comments, because this is how you build your clients. This is how you build your audience. This is how you grow your social media platforms. And this is eventually why people decide to do business with you. So the second part of position, and I've already talked about it, is search your topic and industry in the search bars of these social media platforms. So Facebook has a search bar. Twitter has a search bar. LinkedIn has a search bar. Instagram has a search bar. Do those hashtags, search for your industry, search for your topics that you are an expert in, and start adding value without expectations. That's what I said. Don't try to sell anybody anything. You genuinely want to answer people's questions. You genuinely want to provide value, expecting nothing in return. Answer questions, offer advice, offer solutions to pain points for free. For free. This generates awareness and brings attention to your brand and your business. Remember, guys, people do business with people that they have a relationship with. It is a lot easier to borrow $10 from someone who knows you than it is to borrow $10 from a complete stranger. And that concept is the concept that you have to take towards social media. And that is the mindset that you have to have when crafting your social media strategy. So that's number one, positioning yourself as a key person of influence. Now, once you start doing that, guys, it is time to look towards packaging, right? Package. How are you going to package your message? How are you going to package your products and services? Well, the way we do that, guys, is I want to explore with you guys the 5 modalities or the best ways to package your message and your products and services. Because once you start providing that value, once you start answering those questions, people are going to follow you. You're going to become respected. You're going to build relationships, and people are actually going to want to dig in and start doing business with you. So remember, this is all going towards monetization, the end goal, right? So this whole formula ends with monetization. That is the end goal. So let's talk about how we're going to start getting there. And that is the 5 modalities or ways to package your message, products, or services. So guys, the first modality or the first way you can package your message, your products, or services is through text. That means you can write a book, you can write an ebook, you can start a blog, you can write research reports, you can write guest articles on other people's blogs. I have a funny story about how I got accepted into the Inc. magazine Insiders program. When I would write my blog posts for Expert Influencer Academy, I found the editor to Inc. magazine, and I would always send them a copy of my blog post. I would be like, hey, here you go. Here's my blog post for the week. Can't wait to see it on the site. And I would do that over and over, just trying to get a guest article. And when they launched their Insider program, Inc. magazine, they have an Insider program for entrepreneurs and a support system and a mastermind I got an invite to be a part of that because I was just persistent and I kept submitting my articles to Inc. Magazine. And now I have a free subscription to Inc. Magazine, and I'm a contributor to their mastermind program. So that's how I did that. You just got to be persistent. Transcripts from live events. So if I had tons of time on my hand and I wanted to go and I wanted to type up the transcript from this event, I could do that. Newsletters. You can start an email list. You can collect email addresses. You can start a monthly newsletter. And guys, if you write a report or if you write an ebook and you have a website or you have a way to collect email addresses, I believe that on Facebook, if you have a Facebook business page, they actually have a way that you can set it up where if people subscribe to your email list, they get something for free, like a research report. So I know on the Expert Academy homepage, let me pull this up real quick for you guys. I mean, this is a live video. We can do whatever we want, right? So let me pull this over and see if it'll show. Yeah, it sure does. Sweet. So here on the Expert Influencer Academy, when you get to our page, we have a pop-up, join our mailing list for free content. So that is a way to capture emails. Another way to capture emails is we give away a free guide. So subscribe for your free social image size blueprint. So this is just a guide that we put together that actually gives you the formats and the layouts of the pixel sizes for what your profile picture should look like, your cover photo should look like, the size of your Instagram photos, the size of your Facebook posts. It's just a little something that we give people for signing up. And we actually got a quote from famous comic book writer Martin Piro. We sent him the guide and asked him to give us a quote, and he actually put 5 stars, a great tool for those of us managing our own social media accounts, a quick and easy to understand information laid out perfectly. Martin Piro, CEO of Cosmic Times. So that just kind of offers validation and makes your freebie, gives it value, right? So other people want to get it. So this is a great way, guys. Not only does text help you build an email list like I just showed you, but text also positions you as a key person of influence, because if you have a book, that's automatic. That's automatic credibility. If you have a master's degree, I have a master's degree in technology management. I have an MBA in technology management. That's automatic credibility. If you're posting business articles on LinkedIn, that's automatic credibility. So this is all part of positioning yourself as a key person of influence. The next modality, guys, is audio. You can do audio courses like we're doing right now. You can do audio books. So if you have a book, you can actually record it and offer it up. You can do podcasts. Listen, audiobooks and podcasts are huge right now. They are huge. There are more people listening to podcasts and listening to audiobooks right now than ever before, especially now with everything that's going on. We have a captive audience. So this is a great way to not only produce a product that you can sell, but you can also do snippets and give things away for free. Teleseminars, like what we're doing right here. This is a live webinar, a teleseminar, free. I am providing this for free. So audio courses. You can also do videos. This also counts as a video. You can do DVD home study courses. You can make video series. You can make live videos like what I'm doing right now. You can do PowerPoint presentations. Hey, this is a PowerPoint presentation. You can have membership sites. You can have membership groups on Facebook, a private group that people pay a monthly fee for your information to be part of that group. You can do product review videos, videos about products in your industry. So as Justin is a podcaster, he could actually review the equipment that he uses for his industry, for his podcast. He can do a video product review on the microphone, on the board, on the computers, on the software, everything he uses. And guys, all of that can be monetized. And we're going to talk about that towards the M part of the presentation. But I'm just trying to get you excited, and I'm trying to let you start just to realize the potential that is here. And how-to videos, guys. How-to videos are really big. You know, how to cook fried chicken, how to photograph with a light box, how to make a podcast, how to set yourself up on social media. How-to videos are extremely powerful, and product review videos and how-to videos are the easiest monetized. I don't know. I think I just made that word up. They're the easiest type of content to monetize, and we'll talk about that. So more on packaging. If you want to package in the real world, you can do things once everything settles down and stuff. You can have an experience, because as you're doing all this and as you build a following, your clients and your customers, they're going to want to experience you in person. So you can host a meetup. You can host a live event. You can host a web shop, a networking event, coaching sessions. We just had our Startup and Solopreneur Expo in January. It was small, but it was our very first live event. The turnout was a little smaller than we would have liked. I'm not going to lie to you, but that doesn't deter me. The first one is always the worst, and we have our next expo, if everything goes well, hoping that everything goes well. Our next expo is going to be Powerful Women in Business in July at Kaiser University's Port St. Lucie campus. So we are already packaging our message and packaging with experiences and expos. And guys, if you're stuck on where to host a meetup or a workshop or a networking event, especially now, this is probably one of the best times with the pandemic and everything going on, when everything returns back to normal and when they start lifting the stay-at-home orders and things like that. Restaurants are going to be struggling for business. Restaurants, meetup places, bars. I don't recommend a bar, a restaurant. Restaurants are going to be struggling for business. So you could actually talk to a restaurant owner and you can ask them what their slowest day of the week is, and then you can work with them to see if maybe they can provide you the space and you bring the people in. You see what I'm saying? So there's so many creative ways to do this without shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started. And then, guys, once you position yourself and you become a master, you're at the mastery level. And then you can have mastermind groups, paid membership sites, paid membership groups. You can do consultations and you can do audits. And we do that as well. We do consultations with people that are looking to start businesses. We do business consultations with brands and small businesses that are looking to increase their social media reach. And guys, you don't have to do everything. You can choose one of these things to concentrate on, or you can do all five. The important thing is to get started, pick one that appeals to you, and get started. Get started as quick as you can and start producing content. Start packaging your message. Start positioning yourself as a key person of influence. Took like a little water break there. Guys, I hope this is making sense. I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope you're finding value out of this. If you are, again, just drop me a note in the comments. Just let me know that you're enjoying this and you get it. Moving on to the next phase of the method is the third P. So we got position, package, and now promote. So how do you promote your business? How do you promote your brand? How do you promote your message? Guys, you need to embrace social media because as we saw at the beginning of this presentation, you need to go where the people are. Guys, social media is business. It's business. It builds communities, it lures prospects, it builds trust, loyalty, and brand awareness. All of this, social media provides all of this, and it is all business. Now, guys, the top 5 social media platforms, probably 6 since, I did do honorable mention, so we'll talk about that. The top 5 social media platforms that work for us, that we like, are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and now TikTok. TikTok has upgraded from an honorable mention to a full-fledged marketing phenom. The reach on TikTok and LinkedIn right now is incredible. So if you can master those platforms and you can start growing your audience and building your community on those platforms, LinkedIn and TikTok, you're going to do really well. And guys, to help you do that, develop a posting schedule and be consistent. There's a lot of experts out there, and there's a lot of people that tell you got to post at least once a week. Well, I don't. I think that's poppycock. I'm just gonna say it that way. I don't think you should be posting only once a week because that is just so far removed. You should be posting a minimum of 3 times a week on every platform that you like. So if you are on Facebook, you need to do at least 3 Facebook posts a week. Instagram, 3 Instagram posts a week. Twitter, 3 Twitter posts a week. And remember, guys, when you're posting, people want to see authentic. They want you to be empathetic, and they really want to know that you care. They really want to know that you care about them and that you are not trying to sell them and steal their money. You're actually trying to provide them value. You're actually trying to make their life better. You actually want to help these people grow and learn what you're teaching them. Other ways you can promote, guys, and these are great ways, is start a blog. With a blog, you can gain followers, you can connect with customers, and you can build SEO. And I'm going to give you guys, again, we are live here, so let me pull up us on Google. And let me bring this over and show you. So remember, I am logged in as Expert Influencer Academy, so it's going to look a little bit different for you, but we're going to focus right here. This is my Google business account, and this is why, like I said, this is why you want to be to build, right? This is why how your blog is going to help you and your content is going to help you build SEO. So here you can see that we are, for our name, we're number 1, which is good because that always doesn't happen that way. And you can see here our YouTube channel is here. Our Facebook channel is here. This is a competitor. She's got number 4. Here is my LinkedIn profile right here. And my Pinterest is right here. And Instagram is right here. And guys, with a Google business listing, you get the reviews, you get our stuff. But look at this. Over time, as you build up SEO and as you really work on those keywords and those key phrases, Google finds, right? Now, there's a way you can hard code this in, but it's super complicated. Like I tried to, and it just ran circles around me. But over time, if you are doing things the right way, Google will find your profiles and they will link them right here on Google. So not only do you get to see your business with a map and phone numbers and information, Google will actually find your social media accounts over time and offer them to your audience. That's crazy, right? That's awesome. This is how this all ties in together. That's why it's so important, guys. Building SEO, super important. Guys, other ways you can do it is you can guest post on an established blog. So if you are a photographer, if you're a business expert, like I told you the story about Inc. Magazine, if anything, any industry that you are in, a cosplayer, photographer, vacuum guy, furniture salesman, shoe salesman, there are already huge industries that are established like that. You can just write a guest post on a blog. Hey, I have expertise in this. I have an MBA in technology management. I wrote this blog. Can I guest post on your blog? You'd be surprised. A lot of these blogs will say yes, or a lot of these blogs will work with you if they tell you no, and they will tell you what you need in order to get that kind of going and edited for their audience. I've actually done it on Facebook and other entrepreneur groups, putting my blog posts on their content or on their page, because everyone needs content. Everyone needs content. You can create how-to videos, tutorial videos. This is how to promote. You can share inspirational quotes. You can also get involved in your community. You can join volunteer nonprofit organizations. You can volunteer to speak at the Chamber of Commerce. You can volunteer to speak at the Knights of Columbus. You can volunteer to speak at universities, schools. Every now and then, Kaiser University will ask me to come in for career day and talk to the information technology students and let them know about my story in the information technology field at Kaiser University and how I use that to grow and get started and start my own business. And I also get invited by the business department to come in and talk about entrepreneurship and the importance of entrepreneurship. So get involved in your community. Join established groups and genuinely help. And these two, network by attending meetups, joining clubs, and going to local events. I'm going to group these two together because since this presentation, I have joined an incredible group called the Opportunity Network of the Treasure Coast. And I've been a member of that group for a few months now, and such a wonderful group of individuals, such a wonderful group of professionals that actually want to help other professionals succeed. And this is a great way to meet new people. This is a great way to talk about your business. And this is a great way to promote yourself to other business owners. And again, don't be car salesmen or, don't be a car salesman. Don't be sleazy. Be genuine. And the great thing about that is everyone knows other people. So if they have no need for your service, hey, if you know anybody that needs social media management, if you know anybody that needs to establish a Google My Business listing, if you know anyone that needs a website, if you know anyone that needs graphic design work, please keep me in mind. Just please keep me in mind. So networking, guys, is a great way to stay connected. Joining these local community groups is a great way to get involved and get your business and your brand in the front of people's minds. Because think about it. When someone asks you, hey, you know a good exterminator? First thing that comes to your mind. Hey, you know a good pizza joint? Hey, you know a good restaurant? Hey, you know a good ice skating ring? Hey, you know a good photographer? Hey, you know a good fishing spot? Right? You guys filled in the blanks on all those questions. I know you did. I know when I asked those questions, a business came to mind. Maybe not the fishing spot, but a business came to mind. You need to be that business. The next P, guys, is partner. You want to partner with other professionals in your industry. Now, I know this might sound like conflict of interest. I know this might sound like probably not the best idea in the world, but you want to partner with other people in your industry. Teaming up with other influencers, partners, industry leaders is a great way to spread awareness, grow your business, and gain more customers. And guys, partnering is one of the fastest ways to grow your online presence. You can partner on podcasts, on blog posts, on live events, on courses, and on workshops. And I'm going to give you some real life examples right now. So I have a podcast called the Expert Podcast, where I bring in small business owners. I bring in experts, and we talk about their industry. So I've had one of the largest independent comic book publishers on. I've had one of the OG podcasters on. I've had life coaches on, event planners on, web developers on. I've had a 6-figure Amazon entrepreneur on. These are just some examples of people that I have interviewed in my podcast, and that is partnering. That is collaborating. And guys, this is great because when you collaborate with someone like that, and someone that is equal to you or a little bit higher than you, they usually tend to share that content. Happy workplace coach, HR representative. And what happens is when you create this content together, they're proud of it too. And they usually 9 out of 10 times they share it across their social media platforms. And then that puts your business, that puts your brand in front of a brand new audience, in front of an entirely different demographic, which helps you grow your business. Now, guys, they are not obligated to share your stuff. Don't hound anybody. Don't get upset. It's not 100% guaranteed that they're going to share your stuff, but I can tell you from experience, 9 out of 10 times, they're happy to share, and you just get so much publicity, and you get so much exposure from partnering with people. So remember, you can partner on podcasts, blog posts. You can partner with live events. We have speakers come in. So for the Startup and Solopreneur Expo, we had 5 speakers come in, experts in their field, and they drew their audience to our expo. For the Powerful Women in Business Expo, we have a awesome lineup of powerful business women that are going to be guest speakers at the expo. They're going to bring their audience to our expo. So I hope you see that everyone benefits from effective partnerships. Everyone benefits. And guys, remember, the best type of partnership is one where both parties benefit. It shouldn't be one-sided. It shouldn't be all the benefit going to one, none of the benefit going to the other. So when you partner with someone, you really need to define your partnership up front. You really need to decide what the goal is and what the gain is going to be. Just for an example, when I did a podcast with Justin, I was like, hey, I want to bring you on the show, and I would love if you could talk to my audience about how to set up a podcast, how to get started with a podcast, because I think that would be something that my audience would benefit from. And I want to take that interview and I want to share it across my social media platforms. I want to host it on YouTube. And then I want to turn it into an audio file, and I want to share that on Podbean. I want to share that on Spotify. I want to share that on iTunes, and I want to host it on YouTube, and I want to share it to LinkedIn. I want to share it to Facebook, and I want to share it to Twitter. Would you be willing to do the same? And Justin said yes, but that is defining the goal. That is the goal. Know what you bring to the table. Know your position in your market space. Know the value of your business and your brand. brand. And all of that example that I gave is knowing my position in my market space. Justin knew his position in the market space. I knew the value of my business or brand. Justin knew his value of his business or brand, and we thought it was a really good fit. So guys, find a contact at a larger company or at a larger brand to contact. And once you know what your goal is, once you know what both parties are going to gain, once you know your position in the marketplace, once you know your value of your business and your brand, you can start contacting people that are larger than you, right? You could start contacting people that are larger than you, and you can ask them if they would mind being a guest on your podcast, or if they would mind posting up your blog post. Now, guys, here is a power tip. One of the best ways to book celebrities or people of influence that have hundreds of millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers, things like that, is to try to reach out to them when they have a book that's getting ready to come out. A lot of times when you ask them, they'll say no, they'll say no, they'll say no. But when they have a book coming out, they're more open because they want that exposure. They want that. They want that exposure. They want that word out there. They want to reach new audiences in hopes of selling books. And I have a great story. A friend of mine, she is a chocolatier. She makes homemade candy, homemade chocolates, and things like that. She drove to Orlando to meet Damon John, the creator of FUBU, the founder of the fashion line FUBU, and she was in Orlando at his book signing, and she was there, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he said, the first person to buy 6 books, I will do a social media shout out with you. So all in all, long story short, she cost her $200 in books. So she spent $200 in books, and Damon John shot a video on her phone plugging her business. So now she has a video of one of the sharks plugging her chocolatier business, and it only cost her $200. So guys, opportunity is there. I hope that this is valuable information. I hope that you're seeing the value of this, and I hope it's getting the wheels turning and starting to put ideas in your head there. Guys, make sure that whenever you're partnering with someone, your goals align. Always keep it industry focused. Keep patient. Be patient. Keep going, and don't get frustrated. Again, if you're trying to reach out to somebody, don't get frustrated. Just keep going. You're going to get a lot of no's. Remember, every no brings you closer to a yes. You learn from your failures. You pick yourself up. You step back. You kind of, what worked, what didn't work. You adjust, and you always move forward. And guys, those 4 P's lead up to this. We are almost done with this presentation. Like I said, I hope you found value in it. If you did, please leave me a comment in the comments, a thumbs up, something to let me know that you really got some value out of this mastermind here today. Monetization, the big M. And guys, as I said earlier, we are at the precipice of a transformational period. It is a fundamental shift in consumer behavior. And today, the internet allows you to compete on a global scale. Everyone can have a global audience. Everyone can sell products and services globally. Everyone is an international player thanks to the internet. Excuse me one second. Excuse me. Water break. Guys, there has never been a time like now where everyday people can start a business based on their passions and make it succeed. These free platforms allow you to build a brand. They allow you to sell products or services, and they allow you to connect on a personal level. So this is unprecedented times, guys. And if you've ever been through an ordeal, or if you are an expert in your field, you can monetize your message. How do we monetize? Let's wrap it up here, right? You can monetize, like we said, write a book. You can write an ebook, a physical book. You can self-publish that book to Amazon. I actually have 2 books on Amazon right now. I have the social media checklist, and then when we were in our cosplay phase, I actually wrote a cosplay checklist book, materials for cosplay. We still sell those books today. I think the social media checklist is $10. The cosplay book is $5. Every month, Amazon sends me a check for books sold. You can create an online course. Guys, online courses are projected to grow to a $325 billion industry by 2025. I have 2 courses that actually talk about monetizing video content on the social media platforms. Every month, we sell courses. Udemy sends me payments every month. And I'll get into that here in a second because that's the last point. But you can create online courses. We also sell them directly from our website. I sell one course for $19.99 that shows you kind of dabbles in the world of affiliate marketing. And then I have a deep dive course that I sell for $49.99. Every month we sell courses. I just got a payment for a course here the other day. Live events. You can monetize your live events, your webinars, your conferences, your trainings, your virtual hangouts, your masterminds. Our expo generates money for us. We charge commission, and we have vendors that pay vendor fees to be there. So monetization, webinars, conferences, training, virtual hangouts, masterminds. You can monetize all of that. And guys, the easiest way to get started, this is the absolute 100% easiest way to get started, is affiliate marketing. Amazon especially, but every major store has an affiliate program. So, before we get to that, let me talk to you about this a little bit more. So remember when I kept harping on product review videos, how-to videos, and tutorials? Just like I told Justin, let's go back to the example of Justin about how-to videos and product review videos about his microphone, his computer, his equipment. Guys, you can take those products, you can join an affiliate program like Amazon, then you can create links to the product you talk about in your videos, and then when your audience clicks on those links and makes a purchase, you get a commission. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter how big your business is. It doesn't matter how small your business is. If you're a pool cleaner, you could talk about the types of pool brushes you use, the chlorine you use, the tablets you use, pool floats, those noodles. If you're a photographer, you could talk about your camera. You could talk about the software you use. You could talk about the lighting you use. As a podcaster, you could talk about the microphones. As a furniture salesman or as a furniture restorer, because we actually have a client that restores furniture, you could talk about the process and teach people how you're doing it. You can talk about the sandpaper you use, the varnish you use, the paint you use, the supplies you use. Every industry has supplies. Every industry needs tools. Every industry has things that you can make product review videos on. Makeup. I see a lot of girls doing those, the makeup look, smoky eyes, the James Charles look, the other dude, you know what I mean? Like there's people doing makeup, and you can find that makeup and you can create an affiliate link to it. You can talk about it, the likes, the not likes, the do's, the not do's, the don'ts, and you can monetize that with affiliate marketing. And guys, the second to last slide here is we offer, shameless plug at the end, we offer 2 courses that jump into that. I have the Passion into Income Quick Start course. This is about a 45-minute video training that just kind of opens your eyes and shows you the potential that there is with Amazon affiliate marketing and products. It shows you what kind of videos do best. It shows you how to set your videos up. It shows you how to apply for the affiliate program, which is 100% free, and it shows you how to get started. The goal with this is minimal investment. It goes for $19.99. Minimal investment and 45 minutes and maybe 2 hours of your time, you can already start making money. So this is just a quick start guide, $19.99. The product review ATM online profit is a deep dive. It actually goes deeper and it looks into how to set your videos up so that people can find them, how to create headlines and how to create keywords and how to position your video so that you don't have to beg people to watch it. It's actually based on analytics and what people are actively searching for every month in Google. It actually shows you how to do that. It also shows you what videos have the quickest turnaround. Actually shows you industry do's and don'ts, why you want to do it, why you don't want to do it, how to set your videos up and stuff like that. So this is like a deep dive. This is actually 7 parts. It is a couple hours worth of training, but if you're interested in actually building an online influencer business with affiliate marketing, this is probably the one for you. This one retails for $49.99, I believe. You can find those at expertinfluenceracademy.com/courses. That's our website. That's where we sell them at. And guys, that concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for taking the time to view the mastermind and join me. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or on the event page. I will be more than happy to go back by and answer any questions. I just hope that this hour that we spent together really provided some value for you guys as a small business, as an entrepreneur, as an influencer, as a business coach, or maybe you saw this and now you want to get into it. That is my expectation. That was my goal for this webinar, was to just provide you guys with tremendous value during these times, to kind of give you guys something to think about, and hopefully you can use this downtime, this lockdown time, to kind of clear your head and get into a more positive headspace and maybe start your own business and things like that. And guys, it can be done. I am 100% living proof. We started Expert Influencer Academy as a side hustle. I would come home every day, get home at 6, I would eat dinner, and then I would just work on content and doing this 5 nights a week from about 8 o'clock at night till about 1 in the morning every day. I would spend my weekends just working and producing videos and editing. We have well over 100 videos on our platforms. But we were able to take this exact method and turn it from a side hustle into a full-time business in 18 months. I got laid off September 2019, and I decided that it was the higher powers telling me that it was time to jump in full-time, and we have never looked back. Our business is, before this pandemic took place, our business was very lucrative. It was growing by leaps and bounds. I now am a public speaker for events. I've been featured in the Inc., like I said, mastermind group. I've put on our first live event. I have 2 books on Amazon. We get residual affiliate money from Amazon, the Amazon Associates program, every month. I'm selling courses. I just launched a new brand called Online Coaching Business that actually is for people that want to become an online coach. That is brand new. It just launched yesterday. onlinecoachingbusiness.info. Go there, check it out, follow it on all the social media platforms. So it is possible. I was able to take this method after 5 years of trying. I was able to put this together, and once all these pieces fell in place for me, I was able to build my business in 18 months. Are we rich? No. Am I driving a Lamborghini? No. But you know what I am doing? I'm getting up every morning and I'm working for myself, and I have a sense of pride and I have a sense of self-worth, and I can pay my bills. And if we want to go on a vacation, I can go on a vacation. And if we want to go out to dinner, we can go out to dinner. And if I want to go to a movie, I can go see a movie. And that's the important thing. You're not going to get rich overnight. Don't fall for people that tell you that, because that is truly a scam. But you can build a business, and you can live life on your own terms, and you can get out of the rat race, and you can have time to do what it is you want to do in life. Well, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me, and we will talk soon. Thank you.